Performances last night in the association, particularly in the West. Starting in South Beach, where Victor Wembanyama led the Spurs to their sixth straight win, a 25-point blowout over the Heat. Wemby finished with 26 points, 15 boards, and 5 blocks. His 10th game with 25 points and 5 blocks so far this season. In the city of brotherly love, the Thunder won their 12th straight game behind SGA's 22 points, 5 dimes, and 5 boards. The reigning MVP did not play in the fourth quarter, the 21st time that has happened so far this season. And finally, in the Motor City, the Lakers' 9-game win streak came to an end at the hand of the Pistons. Despite the loss, Luka Doncic recorded his 10th straight game with 30 points, becoming the 5th Laker to do such a feat. So now we take a big picture look as Iman Shumpert joins us back here on First Take. Which star would you most want to have on your team right now? Shump, I'll go to you. Wemby, SGA, or Luka?
Give me Wemby. When you start talking about starting a team, putting a team together, the guy can do everything. We used to do it with Kevin Durant and say he is a creative player. Well, Wemby is the new version of a creative player. Give me Wemby.
Okay, so one Victor Wembanyama. Stephen A., who would you want to take? Wemby, SGA, or Luka right now?
I'm gonna say my man Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Regardless of how much I raved about Wemby and what he means to the game, and I love him and the whole bit. The reason why I say Shea is because Shea's having the ball in his hands 94 feet. 90% of the time, everything's going through him. So he's in a position to dictate and determine an outcome almost as effectively as Wembanyama in his own way. And so that's how I think about it. Guard play, ultimately, it comes down to that in a lot more situations than we want to admit. You having the basketball in your hands, you determining who gets it, who keeps it, who's going to shoot, etc. All of those things, Shump knows this better than me. It's incredibly important. And I just think that when you see how efficient Shea has been as the reigning champion, league MVP, NBA Finals MVP, coming back this year, ain't miss a beat to me as the playoffs approach. The name that comes to my mind is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
We've done a flip. The first block, you were over here talking about SGA. He's talking about Wembanyama for the MVP, and now we would swap and take each other. Okay. Wendy, who would you take right now?
To Stephen A., with all due respect to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, with all due respect to the producers of this show who feel this was a debate topic, this is no debate. This is open and shut, Victor Wembanyama. Open and shut.
Thank you.
Plays both ends of the court, is the tallest player in the league. By the way, Stephen A. will and can have the ball in his hand, maybe not for 94 feet. By the way, he thinks he can do it for 94 feet, probably shouldn't. Secondly, he makes $13 million. This is a league that is essentially hard capped right now. Your salary value is everything, and I got no problem with the salaries.
We want to talk about the money.
Well, what are you talking about? Which star do you want?
Ain't about the money.
No, we were just talking about their abilities. We want to take finances into the equation.
We are high-level professionals, and we also.
Okay.
We are high-level professionals. We can talk about the entire conversation. So he's going to make less money than these guys for the next 5 years and this year. That matters, what you can build around him. So that's why I say I don't even think it's a debate.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying to you is that you bring up the business portion of it. You're right. I mean, who the hell don't know that? If I can get Wembanyama for $13 million, but I got to pay Shea $70, of course I would go with Wemby. I was just talking about on the basketball court. And oh, by the way, I love my man Wemby.
Doesn't say that.
I love my man Wendy, Shump. I love my man Wendy. But Shump, just in case you don't know about me when it comes to First Take, I don't give a damn who agrees or disagrees with me.
Oh, no, I know. I didn't come here for that.
I'm talking about Wendy. It ain't going to change my opinion. Here's the deal. I love my man Wendy. But here's the deal. Wembanyama is the real deal. He's special. He's every bit as special as Wendy told me he was going to be. Because, see, Wendy was over there in France watching him. We were stuck here in the States, Chomp. We didn't go over there. Wendy was chilling in Paris. He was chilling in Paris watching Wemby, okay, before any of us. So he knew, okay, I got it. But you know something? You can act like the debate ain't close all you want to. The reigning, defending NBA champion, NBA Finals MVP, all right, and league MVP has rolled out this year, averaging 30, as in 31, on 55% shooting. And oh, by the way, they in first place. I'm just saying, we can sit up there and talk about Wemby and keep talking about him. And I have no doubt that he's gonna wreak havoc. I'm predicting Shea gonna wreak havoc too. I believe in that brother.
I do.
I believe in him.
But
and I'm telling you right now, it ain't gonna be this cut and dry thing that you saying. The brother is 6'7", 6'8", with the ball in his hands 95% of the time. Ignore that if you want to.
Yeah, I'm going to vote for him for MVP probably.
Yeah, he's gonna be the MVP, but we want to start a team. You say which star would you want? If I had to start a team right now,
it says which star
give me
do you
that
want
young
right
boy
now.
that just got
which star
facial
do you
hair.
want right now. That's all it says.
Give me the young guy that just got his facial hair.
But y'all say, but I'm not asking about
figuring out being able to
starting a team.
balance.
Okay, but I'm not talking about starting a team. When they ask the question, which star do you want right now? I'm thinking April. Coming May, the players about
who
to
you
begin
want on
a
your
month
team?
from now, and I'm saying to you, Shea Butter is gonna have something to say because he gonna still give you 30.
I love
he gonna
it.
still give you 30.
I love it, but still, go get me the dude, the light-skinned dude with the little bit of facial hair that's 7'5".
Yeah, we're talking about the playoffs. SGA
got
clearly
you.
has a little bit
I
of
got you.
experience.
How many free throws is he gonna get in these playoffs? That's what I want to know. We talking about SGA free
We're about
throws.
to find
How
out.
many are we gonna get
We're
out of
about to
Wemby?
find out.
Oh, I can't wait.
This is
Buckle
We're
up.
about to find out.
Buckle up. I can't wait.
Hey, Shump, did you remind everybody about that story with you and Kobe? When Kobe came up to you at the end of the third quarter, you had a good game. You understand? Remember
Why
that
you gotta
story
bring
you
that up
told?
right now, man?
Remember that?
Oh, we gotta bring
I'm
that up.
just
Man.
asking.
I was having a great game. We won that game.
He said you had a great. He said at the start of the fourth quarter you had a great game and then went ballistic. And you looking at Dan Tony like, what you want me to do? Remember that?
want?
That's Shea. That's Shea. Shea. That's what Shea gonna be doing come playoff time. He gonna be rolling.
I'll be
up
glad
on
to
Cat.
watch it.
You had a good game.
Yeah.
70?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And so 170 is total score.
Okay.
Was that 85 average? If we're
Something
doing it
like
that
that,
way?
yeah.
And what would Wemby be offensively and defensively?
I'd give him 100 defensively. There's no player in the NBA that's as prolific defensively as he is.
And what's
No
his
question.
offensive grade?
90?
So he's a 90. So we're talking about a 95. Think about report cards. Kid comes home with a 95. Kid comes home with an 85. They're both, in my mind, they're both acceptable. One's outstanding.
Yeah.
The other one is, I don't care.
Victor Wembanyama, A+ defensive player, A- offensive player. That's
And
about
Luka,
right.
A+ offense and C defense.
I would
C-?
say C- defense.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say that's generous.
But this is the problem.
We're grading on a curve?
If we're going to praise Luka, if we're going to praise Wemby's comments and take them all as, you know what, he's right, we can no longer talk about Luka as an MVP candidate. There are two MVP candidates then. It's just Wemby and it's just Shea. That's it. I think Jaylen Brown should be in there. He's not going to be.
But how comfortable are the voters voting for somebody to win MVP that's not in the top 10 in terms of points per game? How comfortable are voters with that? That's the part that I struggle with. Because, again, it's not just about being the most valuable player this season and how outstanding you are, but it's also what does the MVP profile look like in comparison to MVPs in past years.
But that's why we come back to he's so right and he's such a solution to the problem, because what you're actually saying is, hey, voters, you need to factor both in. The way you've been doing it is actually wrong.
But we know that they won't. We know that they don't.
Which is a problem to you, right?
Exactly, which is why he's
the solution.
advocating for himself.
Yeah.
But I still don't know whether or not that's going to push him across the finish line, even though anybody with eyes knows when you watch the game, you can see his impact, and it goes beyond the numbers. He's right in all of the things that he's saying.
Yeah.
But when the memory fades from the games that we watched this season, as the years go on, people are going to go back to the numbers. Basketball is a lot like baseball in that way in terms of voting for the accolades and the MVPs. They're going to go back to the numbers. They're going to lean on the profile of what an MVP should be. And like it or not, what Wemby does defensively doesn't get nearly the consideration that it should, especially when you realize how much that impacts his team being able to win basketball games. They've only lost 2 games since February 1st. They've won 22 of their last 24 games, the best mark of any team in the league during that span.
Yeah, it's frustrating if you're trying to make the case for Wemby because you're right. There's so much nuance in the argument, and so much of it is the eye test. So much of it is watching his impact. And to David Dennis Jr.'s point, you brought up the hell no stat, things that you're not going to see in a box score that he directly impacts in a major way, night in and night out. And I think that should certainly be taken into consideration. We shouldn't just be going on various metrics to make this decision.
This dude had his 10th game with 25 points and 5 blocks this season. It's incredible what he's doing. Incredible.
Wemby gave you the career description for MVP. It's whether or not the voters use it.